Good evening, Interworld. Sergeant Slack here from Banana Bomb Productions. Welcome you back to this, the BBP recap for October 2013. Man, it's full-on wintry already in the UK. I know British people talk about the weather a lot, but that's because it affects so much of our day. It's not like in California where it's hot and sunny every day. You know what it's going to be like. It's going to be hot, sunny, a little bit of dryness. And like if you live in Florida, there's going to be lizards as well. But here, it's ridiculous. It's so cold, the rain goes on and on and on. It like rains for 8 hours at a go and stuff. So we'll start talking about the weather anyway, and we'll talk about the other exciting things that we've been up to in October. So there's been a nice chunk of games coming out this October actually. There was Forced came out, which had an amazing story. I suggest you check out episode 1 of mine, Forced playthrough, where I go through the story in there. But to give you guys a brief overview, these guys were teaching assistants at a university in Sweden. I want to say Sweden. It's probably not Sweden, but I want to say Sweden. And they were teaching assistants at this university. It was Sweden, and because they were in Stockholm and Copenhagen later. Denmark. It's Denmark. It's not Sweden at all. It's Denmark. These guys were teaching assistants at a university in Denmark, and they wanted to make a game. They moved in to illegally to a classroom at the university that wasn't being used, and no one noticed for 7 months. In that 7 months, they'd recruited a bunch more people, like talented students from their course that they were teaching assistants on. They got chucked out of the university. They eventually got discovered and chucked out of the room. Presumably they got to keep their jobs, I don't know. So they found a cheap house in Copenhagen somewhere, and they just made the game. And they eventually had trouble getting a distribution deal, took out a $2,000 bank loan, themselves personally, and now it's on Steam and it's playable and it's awesome. It's a lot of fun. It's a little 4-player co-op thing, and it's one of those things where you work together or you die. Sometimes even when you do work together you die, but it's great. It's very, very keen on the teamwork, which is nice. Also on Steam this month, the Stanley Parable came out. It's kind of like the second Stanley Parable, because the first Stanley Parable was a Half-Life 2 mod. That was more of a demo. I think that's the demo that you can actually play if you go to their website and download the free demo. That is the Half-Life 2 mod that started it all. It's a few years later, and I'm glad this game has resurfaced. It's got amazingly high production qualities. The narrator and the writing it's brilliant, and it's so much fun. It's a really good concept for the game as well. You're Stanley and you're at work, and something weird happens, and it's all about how you deal with that. So you go off and the narrator tells you what to do. You have the option of following the narrator, or you can just not, or you can do mix and match and do a bit of both. Keep the narrator on his toes, because then he doesn't know what to do. So I've got a couple of videos up on the channel of the Stanley Parable. I'm not going to do all of them religiously, because that takes away the fun for you guys. If you guys want to go out there and play this game, and playing the demo gives you all the fun, it's well worth it. I think it was less than a tenner on Steam, and I definitely recommend it at twice the price. The Stanley Parable is great fun. Gigs wise, it's been a little bit quiet in October. As soon as it gets cold, people don't want to listen to ska and reggae, which is mainly what I play. So the wedding bands have been preparing for a few things next week, and that kind of stuff's all still going on, which is good. But it's been a quiet month for gigs. But that did give me an opportunity to go to a gig as a punter myself. We went to go and see Mnozil Brass, which are these Austrian, I want to say. I think they're a bunch of Austrian guys. And the Mnozil Brass ensemble started as a bit of a joke. It was something that the brass guys did in the pub for a bit of a laugh. They'd play a bunch of tunes and they'd ham it up, and it turned into a thing, and now they're touring, and they're on, I think, their 20th anniversary. It's like the happy birthday tour. But these guys are fantastic. We're talking virtuosic brass playing, along with sort of Monty Python-esque comedy sketches, and no one speaks. There's a couple of times where people fake speak, and the guy introduces the band using his trombone. Oh, it was so much fun. Yeah, we went and had a lot of fun, and I took Miss Slack. She wasn't sure about it, but she warmed up to it, and we had a really good time. So we rocked over to Cardiff to see Mnozil Brass, and yeah, they were great fun. There is some of their stuff up here on YouTube. I'm not going to put any in this video because that's a bit mean, but go and check out the stuff that's already Mnozil Brass, Mnozil. LL. Where is it? Hang on, I've got a CD. I've got one of those CDs, because if you go and see a touring band, you buy a CD. You buy a CD off them, and they get the money, not the record company. And it's only one Z. Mnozil Brass. Go and check them out. They're here on YouTube. They're awesome. But if you get a chance, go and check them out in the flesh, because it's always nice to see people at your gigs. So, channel-wise, we're up to about 950 subs, which is good. We're still on target for our thing at the end of the year. I mean, even if there's a bit of a peak and a bit of a dip now, there's still, so long as I'm getting roughly 1 sub a day between here and the end of the year, I'm still on target for my 1,000 subs. There's been a tiny bit of a slowdown, but that's to be expected as everyone goes, ugh, in winter. Well, we do in this country at least, because winter hits hard. Everyone kind of goes, ugh. Oh, I can't be asked to do anything. I'm not going to sign in to do likes and favourites. I would subscribe to it, but I can't be asked. That's kind of what happens to people in here in winter, so I'm putting it down to that. It's been a bit of a slowdown, but I'm also trying to work a few different things around. In the background, I've kind of abandoned scheduling, but I still have regular stuff that I'm doing. I'm still doing GTA 3, I'm still doing SimCity, I'm still doing plenty of WoW and Minecraft. I'm trying to sort out stuff for a live stream, but my internet is so failed. I had a brief go the other day, well, I say brief, it worked for about an hour and a half, and then in the last half hour just dropped frames everywhere, stuttery video. It wasn't fun to watch. So I've sorted out a few of the problems with that, and we'll be having another go soon. So yeah, 950 subs, that's good, and around about 192,000 views, which is absolutely spiffing. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Keep it up. Recommend me to your friends so that I can get my subscriber target by the end of the year. That'd be lovely. So, video of the month for October 2013. I'm going to put it right here. Boo! And that's going to be the Stanley Parable. That's going to be the first one I did with the new updated game. Go and check that out. It's a lot of fun, and there's not too many spoilers in my videos because I've only done a few of them, and I've done a very sort of set way of doing things. I've not chosen, because there's multiple paths all the way through the game, but I've just been obstinate in mine and not listened to the narrator at all. So go and check that out. There's still plenty of things for you to find in that game if you want to play it yourself. Stanley Parable, do it. A lot of fun. Go and watch that. And I also want to give a shout out to the first episode of Forced, another new series here on the channel. So go and check out Forced, check out what those Danish guys have done. Beta Dwarf is their company name. Go and check out what they've done and see what you think. It's a lot of fun, and it's great fun to play with friends. So, this is Sergeant Slack from Banana Bomb Productions saying thanks very much for joining me for this, the BBP recap for October 2013. Please do comment, like, subscribe if you did. Leave a comment in the down below. Let me know how your October was, and I'll catch you next time. Ta-ra. Recording audio, 1, 2, 3. Oh, that was a corker. Bleeding corker that was. Good. Oh. Make sure we can make it all the way around, shall we? Okay, so video of the month for set. No. Am I recording? Yeah, I am. Boo. Yeah, I want to give a shout out to that first video, Forced, that I showed you guys, that I was telling you about. Stop videoing.